obviously the uh, rampant posts on social media about it is that I think people have um, taken very complex problems and like just saying meaningless platitudes as solutions that sound nice but mean absolutely fucking nothing. And one example that I can think of that actually predates um, social media, but kind of goes to exactly what I'm trying to talk about is world peace. You know, like if you ever watch a beauty pageant, that's the number one answer. How would you change the world? World peace, world peace. I want world peace. Okay, well, Miss Teen Alaska, let me ask you this about world peace, all right? How is world peace possible unless it's the result of a massive world war and a lot of bloodshed? How is world peace possible unless you subjugate certain people and take away their means to defend themselves? How is world peace possible without a one world government and the terrifying implications of that reality? How about instead of world peace, we strive for a world of justifiable war, a world where wars aren't fought to increase the profit of the mega rich and to mine lands of their natural resources its people are rightfully entitled to, but instead to advance human rights and liberate our fellow man from oppressive regimes, so we can in turn sell them out to oppressive corporations and plant a bunch of McDonald's and make them become wage slaves like the rest of us. Another one I keep saying, and this is more relevant to the issues that are currently going on, is getting along. Everybody, let's just get along. Why can't everybody love each other and just get together and hold hands and group hug and sing kumbaya? And what I want to say is, and I've talked about this before because it's something I think about a lot, but what if getting along doesn't come from a mutual respect for other people's beliefs, but instead a mutual apathy? You know, and one thing that I think about when the term getting along comes up is, you know, the fact that we've been fighting a war for 20 years. You know, and but by that I mean, I'm glad that people care about police brutality. But I think that the fact that we're fighting this war and that we've been in this war for so long is equally as important. And you know, I'm so glad that our government's finally listening to the people when it comes to, you know, police brutality, and that they're proposing bills. But I get this really shit feeling, like in the pit of my stomach, that if we cared more about the war and about the implications of the war that we're fighting right now, that our Congress would act faster to start a plan of withdrawal. You know, and one thing I want to talk about specifically is Dan Crenshaw. You know, like, well, when I think about like getting along, like sometimes you don't want to get along with certain people. Sometimes people stand for something that you should firmly disagree with and call them out on their shit. And Dan Crenshaw, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a congressman that's a former Navy SEAL, and he hides behind his admittedly venerable war record to shield him from any criticism. And the undisputed fact that he absolutely supports a continuing presence in the Middle East and a continuing strive for imperialism at the cost of the lives of our own soldiers and at the cost of America's best interests. You know, and I remember like when I like made a comment on it was on Joe Rogan, when Joe Rogan had him on, about how it's pretty much true that if you come back from the war and you become a politician and you use your power to continue the war and support more war, like I don't support your, I don't respect your service anymore. You know, you've lost my right. You've lost the right to my respect, because you're just creating more people that are like you, except unlike you, they're not going to get elected to Congress. They're going to get addicted to drugs. They're going to get addicted to alcohol. They're going to get PTSD. They're not going to be able to function. And it's because people like Dan Crenshaw don't give a shit. You know, and I just remember like the response to his fans when I left that comment. It had nothing to do with my points, because I understand that it's a complex issue and that maybe I'm not entirely right. But all they say, like 99.99% of the replies to my comments were, oh, you're a little pussy. You've never served in the military, and if Dan Crenshaw were to fight you, you'd be shitting your pants. Like stuff along that lines. And yeah, I don't want to get along with those people. I fucking hate those people. You know, those people are the kind of people whose lips move when they read. They're the kind of people who laugh at their own farts in the bathtub, and they should go fucking play in traffic. All right, now we're moving on. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Yeah, shit. I've really burned through a lot of my material a lot faster than I thought I would. So I want to talk about the friend zone because I think it's misunderstood in a lot of ways. And I do this at the risk of sounding like a massive incel, but honestly, like it's on my mind because I've been talking to this chick online for a minute, and we made plans to go to IHOP, and she lives a long way away. And she said after we made the plans, I just want to make clear, I only think of you as a friend. And I mean, like, I thanked her for her honesty, and I said, okay, like, yeah, we're not going to go out then, you know? And she called me an asshole. And I just think that's massively unfair. So with the remaining minutes of this video, I want to try to, like, be as objective as possible. And I kind of speak to both what women go through and also what men go through when that term is like tossed around. So men, I think one thing that you don't understand about women a lot of the times is like you don't understand someone being attracted to you that can beat the shit out of you, you know, that can really hurt you. And if they don't know you, if you're a stranger, it's like if they say, oh, like let's be friends, or if they ghost you, it's not to offend you or to be a bitch. It's that, you know, they got to think about their own safety. Like, you know, like they understand that there's a risk to being completely honest with someone because you don't know if they're batshit crazy, you know? And yeah, and it's like you can't just like completely dehumanize women and paint them with that broad brush of, oh, fuck that bitch, you know, she's just playing games, blah, 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 you know? And moving on to what I think that men don't understand, or excuse me, rather, women don't understand about men is that, first of all, I'm going to kind of do like a 180 on what